Over the summer, Punho glass teacher Mark Mitsuda built a new glass furnace for the benefit of his students. Punho Vision brings you this report on his efforts.
We replaced the original furnace because glass at 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit is a universal solvent. It's unbelievably corrosive, and as it sits at 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, it's constantly wearing away at our furnaces. At a certain point, it will either go and get to the point where it's gone and eroded the crucible that it's being held in, or it'll find little cracks to go and work its way through, and the glass will slowly start to sort of leak out, in a sense, out of the furnace and invade the insulating structure of the furnace. At that point in time, when the glass has completely sort of invaded the insulating structure, our furnace becomes, instead of something that keeps the heat in, becomes something that's letting all of the heat out, and we need to go and replace the furnace. In art schools that had glass programs in colleges, one of the things that you did learn how to do is you did learn how to build equipment. And one of the reasons for that is kind of interesting was at that point in time, you couldn't go and buy a glass furnace from someone. If you didn't know how to build a furnace, then you weren't going to be a glass blower. So you sort of had to know how to build equipment in order to be a glass maker in a lot of ways. And that's pretty much where I learned how to do that. And I spent a lot of time in a lot of other people's shops, helping them to rebuild their equipment, and doing a lot of practical knowledge and a lot of equipment building. Whenever I could find someone who was willing to show me how to build something or willing to let me work on their equipment. The whole process of rebuilding a glass furnace took about 2 months to actually make. Essentially, in building our furnaces, we had our furnace and we built it in 3 stages. The first stage was to go and create a bunch of computer drawings that would help us to go and know the sizes of all of the pieces of equipment that we're going to need to fabricate. We designed it on a computer, so there was an amount of time that we spent on the computer doing some planning and building. The second sort of phase was sort of the phase where we were building and designing molds that the material would be poured into. And then there was the actual construction of the furnace itself, where we were actually going and putting the entire furnace together. And it's not like the 3 sort of phases were separate phases. They all kind of happened more or less all at the same time, instead of separately as individual parts. Like, we didn't do all of our planning first. We sort of planned as we went, and as we were building, those were the 3 main steps that we were using to go and create the furnace. Our new furnace, according to what we see as far as gas consumption is doing, seems to be running a lot more efficient than our old furnace, and that was something that we had kind of planned on in the beginning. We did a couple of other things to this furnace. We changed the size of the furnace and made it smaller to reflect the actual glass consumption of the glass shop. So one of the things that has happened is that our furnace is consuming a lot less glass. We made some design changes to the actual furnace itself, so we're hoping that it's going to be easier to use in the long run. Our end users' comfort and ability to work with it was one of the things that we were really working on with this one.